I graduated as the most academically decorated student in high school, bagging all the major awards, like Best in Chemistry, Mathematics, Further Mathematics, Technical Drawing, etc. In total, it was 14 awards, and a laptop, along with a cash prize, of about $250. Upon graduation from university, however, I was almost completely undecorated. The only decoration, probably being my certificate. Now, how did I move from that to this? Hi, my name is Harold, a full-time civil engineer, entrepreneur, and YouTuber, and in my videos, I try to cover all the mistakes I have made so far on the road to success, and how you can avoid them. Topics surrounding investments, finances, entrepreneurship, and much more. If you are new here, do make sure you subscribe, and click the bell notification icon, so you do not miss out on amazing content like this one. In this video, I am going to cover 2 very important factors of success: friends and environment. If you have not checked out my other videos, where I discussed the other factors that hampered me in my pursuit of outstanding academic performance, I suggest you check it out after this video. Link will be in the description box below. Now, without further ado, let's get into this one. Growing up, I never believed that friends or environment could influence anyone unless they wanted to be influenced by it. Life taught me otherwise. What happened was, I didn't realize that I grew up in a great environment, that I was around fewer toxic people, and that my good character and attitude towards life was partly as a result of those around me. Even when I entered high school, most school activities were well regulated. There was time for everything, including preparatory classes. If you are a conformist, then you would easily follow the school regulations, part of which was to read for 3 hours daily at preparatory classes. 3 hours a day of focused study for an entire semester gives you a good chance at really good grades. And this factor I just explained is part of what I call your environment. After high school, I moved on to college. No more preparatory classes. No more rules. You either lead yourself, or be led by those around you. Like I have already said, in one of my other videos, I lived off campus, and my neighbors were more interested in football than academics. At night, they would gist about football, and other stuffs. They were my environment. No one reads, unless exams are fast approaching. And that is a terrible habit that can hinder long-term success. Picture this scenario with me: you live in an apartment along with 6 other guys, who are photographers. You are very likely to learn a lot about photography, without even making effort to, because you will see cameras often, you will see them shoot a video once in a while, you would see how they set up their gear, you would be introduced to their photography vocabulary. And all these things will happen to you effortlessly. Your environment, in the above painted scenario, is dictating the next skill you may want to learn. It is a very powerful habit to be conscious of the kind of environment you are in. Always ensure that you are in the right environment. Another example. It is a wild one, but I want to paint this picture a little bit more clearly. If you want to achieve celibacy, for example, then you would be better off living close enough to a church, or a place where there are a lesser number of women. That is, assuming you are a guy. Or close to like-minded individuals. Living close to a motel would be a bad idea. If you don't smoke, and you have a roommate who does, it is a no-brainer that you have increased your chances of tasting cigarettes one day. Very successful people pay close attention to their environment, and tend to run away from any environment which isn't conducive for their optimum performance. So, look around you. Are you where you want to be? Does your environment allow you to be who you really want to be? If the answer is yes, then that's great. You are one step closer to success. But if the answer is no, then you need to change your environment before your environment changes you. I decided to cover environment and friends in the same video because they are intertwined in so many ways. A group of friends can be your environment. Picture this scenario with me. This is John. John is a student. And he lives with 4 other students, who read at least 5 extra hours at night daily, even after having very hectic days in school. John wakes up every night to find these guys reading. Now, this is Daniel. Daniel is a good student, and lives with 3 other guys, who love to party, gist and have a good time, all the time. Daniel is the only one among them who reads every once in a while. John is more likely going to be influenced to put in a few hours of reading daily, assuming he cannot bring himself to read for 5 hours daily, like his roommates. Daniel feels good about himself, that he reads as much as once in 2 days, and not more than 2 hours per reading session, because he is around people who don't read at all. And, to compound his had situation, his roommates admire his input and call him a great student, thus giving him a false sense of accomplishment. If Daniel had roommates, who showed some commitment towards growth, like John had, then, it would be easier for him to put in more hours into his academic pursuit. Notice that, I am focused on the input, and not the output. Some people tell themselves, I want to graduate with first-class honors, or, I want to be a great entrepreneur, and they just never put in the work required to achieve that much success. Lessons on input and output is a whole other topic, and I will cover that in another video. Back to my personal story. In my class at the university, there was a group of 4 guys, they were all very close friends, and they all made first-class honors. Then, there is this other group of friends, who had more interest in entrepreneurship, and making money. I found myself in the second group. Before now, I usually don't choose my friends, I just go with those I meet, and this is a very terrible standard to live by. You need to be picky about the people who you let into your inner circle, because they have the ability to slowly, but unavoidably influence you in the long run, so it is really good to keep this fact in mind. I happened to meet this group of entrepreneurship enthusiasts first, thank God, and now, even though I still deeply love civil engineering, I have also developed a love for entrepreneurship, and investing, amongst other things. And, I probably would not have been on YouTube today, if I hadn't met them. They have influenced my aspirations, and that is the whole point of this video. You are constantly being influenced by your environment and by the people around you. Had I been a member of the group of academic gurus, sure, this channel would not be here today, but then my CGPA upon graduation from university would have looked more like a replica of what I produced in high school. With all due respect, I love my friends, I am grateful that I met them, and I would not trade them for any other group of friends in this world. But, there is a subtle lesson here, for everyone to learn. Lesson 1. You have to know what you want, that is, identify what it is you hope to achieve in this lifetime. I have covered this topic in another video, the link will be in the description. Lesson 2. You have to get yourself round the places, and people, that would facilitate that goal, or those goals, as the case may be. Like they say, stay long enough around a barber's shop, and you might just get a haircut. If you stay long enough in the company of successful entrepreneurs, you might just eventually become one yourself. Environment, and people, are huge game changers. If I would leave you with an advice, here it is. It is a no-brainer, but people don't practice it as often as they should. And it is this. Keep friends, who have the same aspirations and interests as you. And if you find yourself in a group of friends, and it seems they are pushing you further away from your goals, then you gotta let them go. It may be hard, and I totally understand, but it is a necessity, if you really want to get to where you are going, without exhausting all the willpower in you. You are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Everyone uses this line, but how many of us practice it? Take a close look at your friends. Are they heading in the same direction as you? Let us know in the comment section below. If you loved this video, please consider leaving us a like. Share this video to your social media, subscribe if you haven't already. And leave us a comment in the comment section below. I wish you marvelous journey on your road to success. Stay energized.